The Roman household embraced nature, not in wildness, but in harmony. The peristyle garden was enclosed on all sides by columns, forming a covered walkway that framed a central courtyard open to the sky. It was a place of balance where architecture and greenery embraced one another. Picture slender marble columns stretching upward, their fluting casting soft shadows on the ground. Between them, you glimpse trimmed hedges, flowering shrubs, and the carefully arranged beds of roses, violets, and lilies. Small fountains gurgle quietly, sending silver droplets into the air. Their sound is gentle, a rhythm meant to soothe, to calm, to remind those who lingered here of nature's eternal cycles. This was not only a place of beauty, but also of meaning. In Roman thought, the peristyle symbolized order nature shaped and guided by human design. Families gathered here for quiet meals, for evening conversations, or simply for rest during the heat of the day. Children played near the fountains, their laughter mingling with birdsong, while philosophers and poets might have strolled slowly beneath the colonnade, their minds lost in thought. You pause here with me now, in the shaded walkway. A breeze drifts through, stirring the leaves. You breathe in the mingled scents of rosemary, thyme, and roses. The garden feels both alive and eternal, a sanctuary that has waited centuries to welcome us back. And as we linger, your mind grows softer, your body lighter, as though the peristyle itself is teaching you how to rest. Transition toward the triclinium. But the villa does not end in gardens and fountains. Beyond the peristyle lies another world, a world of feasting, of laughter, of conversation stretched long into the night. Let us walk quietly now, leaving behind the stillness of the garden. The corridor narrows once more, its walls lined with frescoes of vines and birds, painted to extend the illusion of endless greenery. The light dims slightly, for we are stepping toward a room meant not for the sky, but for the pleasures of the table. We arrive at the threshold of the triclinium, the dining room, the stage upon which Roman hospitality was displayed. The triclinium, a feast of senses. Step gently inside. The triclinium takes its name from the three couches, triclinia arranged around a low central table. Each couch could hold three reclining guests, who would dine not upright, but resting on their sides, propped comfortably upon cushions. This posture was more than relaxation. It was a mark of Roman refinement, a gesture that dining was as much about leisure as nourishment. The room glows with lamplight, its walls painted with vibrant frescoes. Perhaps you see here mythological scenes, Venus rising from the sea, or Bacchus crowned with vines, each a subtle reminder of joy, abundance, and the divine pleasures of life. Mosaics spread across the floor, their tesserae forming intricate patterns of dolphins, amphorae, or geometric designs. On the table, platters are set with olives, figs, roasted meats, and freshly baked bread. Wine gleams in silver cups, watered carefully to balance strength with clarity. Musicians might sit in the corner, playing the gentle strains of a lyre or flute, their music weaving softly into the conversations of reclining guests. This was the heart of Roman sociability. Business could be discussed here, but so too could philosophy, poetry, and politics. Laughter rose and fell like a tide, blending with the faint crackle of oil lamps. The triclinium was more than a dining space. It was a stage for human connection, a theater of voices and stories. As you linger here, picture yourself reclining among them, your body sinking comfortably into cushions, the low hum of conversation wrapping around you like a blanket. You need not speak, only listen. The warmth of food, the softness of music, the glow of lamplight all invite you deeper into calm, into stillness, into sleep. Transition toward the baths, the feast fades gently now, its voices growing dimmer. We rise slowly, leaving the triclinium behind, and step once more into the quiet corridors of the villa. Ahead, a new sound greets us, a softer, deeper murmur, like the whisper of water flowing into hidden pools. The air grows warmer, touched with the scent of steam and herbs. We are approaching one of the villa's most cherished spaces, the baths. As we step softly through the corridors beyond the triclinium, the warmth of the villa wraps around you like a familiar cloak. The voices of feasting fade, leaving only the gentle echo of your sandals upon the marble floor. Ahead, a faint murmur reaches your ears, the sound of flowing water, the soft hiss of steam rising from heated pools. We are approaching one of the villa's most cherished spaces, the baths. The baths, or balneum, were far more than places to cleanse the body. They were sanctuaries of health and relaxation, where the Roman household retreated to soothe muscles, calm the mind, and prepare for rest. Step lightly now and feel the subtle warmth in the air, scented faintly with oils and herbs. The floor beneath your feet is slightly raised, heated from below by a clever system of furnaces and channels. Water glimmers in shallow pools, some hot, some tepid, some cool, designed for a sequence of bathing that invigorates and relaxes in turn. Imagine the gentle hiss of steam, curling upward like mist over a quiet river at dawn. Here, in this private space, family members and close guests could recline upon benches, rub fragrant oils into their skin, and scrape away fatigue with smooth, curved strigils. The air is soft, quiet, almost reverent. No longer the public spectacle of the great city baths, these chambers were intimate, personal, and deeply restorative. As you linger, you notice the attention to detail. Bronze basins gleam in lamplight. Walls are painted with calming landscapes, gardens, and mythic figures, each scene designed to delight the eyes and soothe the mind. Even the ceiling is artful, with shallow coffers to diffuse the warmth and light. Take a moment here. Feel the gentle comfort of heat, the trickle of water, and the subtle scents that linger. Let your breath slow. Let the villa's rhythm guide you into serenity. Transition into the colina and daily chores. From the baths, we glide silently through a shaded corridor toward the colina, the kitchen. Though kitchens might seem mundane, in the villa they were full of quiet energy. Here, servants moved with soft efficiency. Pots and pans glimmered in the flicker of small hearths. Bread rose in clay ovens. Herbs were chopped and ground. Sauces simmered gently, sending fragrant spirals into the corridors. The colina was alive, yet restrained, a place of preparation rather than performance. You might imagine a cook stirring a pot of lentils or boiling water for a simple stew, the motion smooth and rhythmic, almost like a dance. Ingredients were fresh olives, grains, legumes, fruit, and vegetables from the villa's own gardens. Preservation of food, from drying to pickling, was a careful art, ensuring the household was sustained across seasons. Step softly among them in your mind. No need to interfere. Observe only. Watch how life is sustained quietly, with purpose and grace. These small, consistent acts form the pulse of the villa, connecting courtyard, dining hall, and sleeping chamber into a living whole. The cubicular rooms of rest. Now, let us move deeper still, into the cubicula, the bedrooms where the family rested. The atmosphere here is hushed, tender, and intimate. Beds are raised upon wooden frames, covered in soft linens and woolen blankets. Pillows are stuffed with feathers or straw, carefully chosen for comfort. Lamps cast a muted glow, illuminating frescoes on the walls, perhaps pastoral scenes or delicate floral patterns, subtle enough to soothe rather than awaken. The cubicula are small, personal spaces, each reflecting the character of its occupant. Children's rooms may be adorned with simple toys carved from wood, while the master and mistress have chambers decorated with symbols of status and refinement. Even here, the architecture encourages rest. Windows are positioned to catch the cool evening breeze. Walls are thick to muffle distant sounds, and the proximity to baths or peristyle ensures ease of movement through the household. Imagine lying down now, as though you were a member of the household, sinking into softness, your mind floating over the flickering lamplight and painted walls. The villa has taught you a rhythm wakefulness, softened by water, warmth, and careful preparation. Here, sleep is natural, a continuation of the villa's gentle order. Servants and the par's rustica life behind the scenes. As your mind drifts, consider the unseen hands that sustain this world, the servants, slaves, and workers whose labor ensures the harmony of villa life. Their quarters are simpler, functional, yet no less vital. Meals, baths, and the smooth running of daily rituals depend upon their quiet diligence. And beyond the walls of the main house stretches the pair's rustica, the agricultural sector of the villa. Fields of grain ripple under the wind, vineyards slope gently toward the horizon, olive groves shimmer with silver leaves. Slaves and laborers tend the land, harvest fruit, prune vines, press olives into oil, and harvest wheat for flour. This connection between the villa and the land is intimate. Sustenance, wealth, and leisure all depend upon these rhythms of cultivation. In your mind, you may wander through the orchards, the paths between grapevines, the sun-warmed soil. Birds call softly from the trees. A gentle breeze carries the scent of ripening fruit and earth. Life here is orderly, sustained, and deeply interwoven. And in this order, you find yourself relaxed, your thoughts settling like leaves in a quiet stream. Household rituals and festivals. The villa was more than rooms and corridors, it was also a place of ritual and celebration. Even small households observed festivals, honored gods, and marked seasonal changes. The Lauras and Penates of the atrium were honored with incense and offerings. Harvests were celebrated with simple feasts, and wine presses might see ritual ceremonies blending gratitude and enjoyment. Imagine yourself attending one of these quiet celebrations. Perhaps it is the autumn harvest. Tables are set simply in the peristyle garden. The air is crisp, filled with laughter and music. Olive oil, wine, bread, and fruit are shared. Prayers of thanks rise softly, and the villa itself seems to breathe with the rhythm of gratitude, abundance, and continuity. These rituals, though gentle, reinforce the harmony of villa life. Each act lighting a lamp, offering a libation, reclining at the table connects the household to its history, its land, and its people. And as you witness these moments, a sense of calm grows within you, as if the villa itself is guiding your mind toward rest. Transition, the cycle of the day. As the day slows, the villa transitions toward evening. The sun dips behind distant hills, shadows stretch across peristyle gardens, and lamps are lit one by one. Meals are concluded, children settle into beds, and the family gathers for quiet reflection or conversation. Servants move silently, ensuring the house is ready for night. Imagine walking slowly through empty corridors, passing polished floors and flickering lamplight, hearing only the faint murmur of water from the impluvium and fountains. The villa is alive in memory, yet hushed. Each chamber echoes with past presence, but allows the present visitor yourself to rest, to dream, to drift. As night deepens, even the garden quiets. Fountains gurgle softly, leaves stir only with the night wind, and the villa settles into its rhythm of sleep. Imagine lying upon the soft beds of the cubicula, or resting in the peristyle shadow, letting the gentle order of the villa guide your thoughts into calm, into stillness, into dreams.